Very busy man.
Yeah, whatever.
Very busy.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself. Okay, somebody comments, so I know that I am seeing the comments over here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing comments up there. Actually, I think it was Terry. That says let's go, but it's not here.
Oh.
I know, that's not right. I can't. I'm not seeing the comments here. Yep, because there goes just Prudy there. Why is it
Comments come
not?
up here.
I don't know. Let me get back up and come back in. Okay, so I can barely see you guys up there, so give me a sec. I'm going to try and...
Yeah, if you're sounding off on the comments, we're not seeing them down here yet, so hopefully they'll all pop up here and we can catch up with them, but if not, just re-ask or say hi again or whatever you need to do so we know that you're here.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing it. It says no comments.
Uh-oh.
I know, this is not cool. I can't read people's comments.
Huh. That's weird.
You're telling me. I've never had this problem before.
There's always something.
I know.
No matter what we do.
No
matter what we do.
All the time.
So, and I've been saying this with one of our promotional partners today, Brian over there at Awaken. We need a production manager.
Yes.
We need a production manager / producer / engineer because, one, I'm no help at all with this stuff. You know, I'm kind of technical stupid. You know, there's just not a whole lot that I'm going to be able to bring to the table when it comes to the technical side of it. You know, the visual side of it, that's different.
Yeah.
Because again, when
here we go. I got it.
Woo! Yay! Woo!
I got everybody. Okay, so hello. Zombie's doing good. Thanks for the heart page. And Terry says it's his fault, so we'll go with that. now that I can read them.
So go ahead and catch up with all your highs unless you
I already did.
that. Okay.
I did see I'm ahead of you.
Okay, you're always ahead of
No,
me.
I didn't.
Huh?
I missed Jason Palmer.
Hey,
He was
Jason.
the very first one up there.
Mr. Biggs himself. So we got a great show tonight. Another great show. We're really excited to have this guest on here. One, because I do at this station I listen to all the time. You know that it's permanently on the car radio. So love the station.
Well, until a certain band comes on.
Yeah, there's a couple bands that, I'm gonna have to talk to Terry about that. Yeah, we won't even get into that.
Right.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll get into it. Because it might be one of his favorite bands.
And
He's
you-
like,
and
dude, I like that. I love that band.
And you wonder why they gang up on you.
And I forewarned him too. I was like, either him and I are gonna gang up on you, or you two are gonna gang up on me. And I said, chances are it's you two gonna gang up on me. It's just the way that shit works.
Yes. Well, you're so easy.
I'm easy in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
Ladies, I'm easy in a lot of ways.
Oh, look at you.
I'm waiting to get hit.
That's your problem, not mine. I didn't do it.
So our guest tonight, from Q106 and Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare,
I think that's
Terry
what you
Stevens.
want. What's going on, Baron?
Nice to meet
Cindy,
you.
pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely.
People who watch this, pleasure to meet you as well. In case we haven't already met, I want to show off the logo.
There it is.
There's
There
a
it
shameless
is.
plug.
Show
yeah.
off the other logo.
Yes.
That was probably covered up by my hood. All right, shameless plugs
They're
accomplished.
probably looking at
You
me.
gotta have the shameless plugs.
What did they say earlier? They were looking at my ass. There's nothing to see. It's like
You put it in the
my
camera.
ass is concave. I mean, you can zoom in all you want, friends. I am a narrow fella. I don't know what to tell you about that. Baron and Cindy, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. This is super
Thank
good,
you for
man.
coming.
I love your setup. Friends, if you have not been to Voodoo's in Rio Town, this is my first time here. I love it. This is my vibe, dude. This is the aesthetic. I'm about it.
Yeah.
I'm not as dressed up for it as these two, obviously, because I have to go to a job where I have to be presentable. I have to be semi-presentable to,
Are you saying you're not
advertisers.
presentable?
I'm saying you're presentable to a certain select core of advertisers, but some of them.
Now, what if, because you're on radio, now I know you do some of your shows where you're doing the live feed,
Oh, yeah.
but you could go, you're on radio, you could go in dressed up in your favorite Halloween costume.
It can be a pants optional gig. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about
exactly.
that. No doubt about
That
that.
wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
So what time is your show normally on?
So I do afternoons on Q106. I'm there between 3 and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, but then on Saturday nights I metamorphosize into Scary Effin' Terry, the host of Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare, where it's 5 hours of metal every Saturday night from 7 until midnight, and then if one of my coworkers calls in sick or hungover or abducted by aliens, then basically I live at the station. I
You
should
are the guy.
probably. It shouldn't be zoned commercial anymore, Holt. They should zone it as residential / commercial. That's what they should do. I'm there a lot. I'm there.
You are.
But dude, it's fun, dude. It's
Because
fun.
every time I'm on the radio, she's in the car with me, it's like, oh look, Scary Terry's on the radio. It could be any time of the day. Oh look, he's on the radio.
All right.
He's on.
I appreciate you guys listening, because you see, the more you listen, the less I have to get a real job. Spoiler alert, I'm not qualified for a whole lot else. And
Yeah.
frankly, if you put me in any other working environment, bad things are going to happen. If I work in a restaurant, someone's getting food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
If I work in a custodial setting, I'm the moron who's going to mix ammonia and bleach and gas the entire operation. I'm not to be trusted with anything else but saying dumb things into a microphone and hoping that people find me mildly charming. That's the safest place for me to be. God's help you if I ever get a position in government. Things will be ruined.
Things
okay?
are going to go south real fast. Real fast. So are you also...
So I'm buffering.
Uh-oh.
I know, right?
No buffering.
No buffering.
So are you also what would be called program director, or is that somebody different?
So my official title is operations manager.
Operations
So
manager.
I think the term operations mangler is a little more appropriate. But I oversee 4 radio stations in the greater Lansing area that are run by Midwest Communications. So
Okay.
obviously Q106, that's the mothership, right?
Okay.
But I also oversee 94 point. I can't talk today. Great guest. Bring on the guy who can't talk. I also
a radio personality that can't talk.
So I also oversee 94.1 Duke FM,
Okay.
Cruisin' 92.9, which is kind of like a classic rock,
Yeah.
but like real classic
I
rock.
do like cruising. They're right next to the dial on Q106. So
Right.
it's there or there, there or there.
Here's the thing, like classic rock, to me, classic rock is very much a certain era. Like, just because a song is from, like I get it, the 90s were a while ago, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
But, like, just because a song is X years old, it doesn't make it classic rock. Classic rock is a vibe.
Right.
And as soon as a classic rock station, as soon as a station that calls itself classic rock plays Nirvana, I hates it. I hates it so much. It's like, bro, I think there's room for a 90s centric older rock format, but dude, don't call it classic classic rock.
Yeah.
Call it, I don't know, anything else. But when you call, as soon as you start calling Pearl Jam and Nirvana classic rock, you're not winning me over.
Right.
You're just making the cold chill of mortality creep up my spine, and I don't like it.
All right.
And then I also oversee Stax 92.1, which is old school hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
So like at that station's a lot of fun. That's
Is
a
it?
good one. But obviously Q106 is the mothership.
Yep.
The bulk of my time is spent there. I've got a great team that handles the other 3 stations, and
Okay.
I just check in and make sure that the place isn't being set on fire. We got a great crew there, man. I'm a big fan of my team. They're good people.
Good.
All right. Well, I'm going to give a couple shout outs. Christy is on.
What's up, Christy?
Sherry the birthday clown is on.
Hello.
Anthony Walton is on.
What's up,
Anthony.
And Brian McVeigh.
Hey, Brian, you made it.
He says you're charming.
Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you. Got a guitar
Well,
pick
now
for
that I
you.
could see all that, because apparently I was buffering and things were
Yeah.
not going where I could do anything.
And feel free to shoot in some questions for Terry, for us. Hopefully more for Terry than us, because you guys already know about my background and my shit. So it's old news, you know. Let's throw some questions in for Scary Terry. Now, speaking of Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare,
Yes.
how did that come about?
So, years ago, I would say around about 2009, 2010, I was working we had just launched a rock station in central Wisconsin, in Wausau, in the Wausau Stevens Point market. And my program, I have had a dream way prior to that
Right.
of hosting a metal show, right? And I wanted to call it Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. And I'm like, and again, pure pipe dream. I'm like, no one's ever going to go for this. I'm delusional, right? But the program director of that station, he came to me. He's like, hey, dude, how would you feel about hosting a metal show? And I'm like, how do I feel? Right? So I'm like, dude, hell yeah, man. Can I call it Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare? He's like, bro, you can call it whatever you want. Just do it. I'm like, yeah. So, dude, it just started from there, man. And just, I ran that show in central Wisconsin in addition to being the afternoon host there as well.
Okay.
I did that for like 10 years.
Now, are you from Wisconsin? Is that where you're originally from?
No, okay, we're gonna go do a deep dive into the Scary Terry bio here.
Nice.
So I am originally from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh.
So
WKRP in Cincinnati.
So whenever I tell people I'm from Cincinnati and I'm on the radio, I always hear about WKRP and I hear about how terrible the Bengals are. Which I agree, the Bengals. I mean, I know, bro, they were just in the Super Bowl. I know how that story ends. It ends in tears. It ends in tears. That's how it ends. To be a Bengals fan, and this is why I get along with Michiganders so well, because as Lions fans, you guys understand pro football pain, like
Painful.
real talk, man. To be a Lions fan or a Bengals fan is to know suffering.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I'm originally from Cincinnati.
Okay.
Started working in radio there. I was working part time, doing weekend overnights at that. So I went off.
shift.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that tough. I do this radio, ain't nothing tough about it. Say the things into the microphone. Try not to curse. Not that tough.
You could probably get away with more things tonight.
That's true.
Oh, here we go again. Sorry, guys. I see you guys are commenting up there, and I'm not getting it here. So let me try to refresh, and let's hope we don't mess anything up.
Okay, we'll circle back to these questions
Right,
once
right.
she's able to pop them. So go ahead and continue.
I worked in Cincinnati. So like weekend overnights, that's the great spot to make all of your mistakes. Because nobody's listening, and the ones who are too drunk to remember what you said. So I would work, while my friends were going to the bar, going to the club, I was going to the station, sober as a judge, and playing that great country music on B105, man. So I did that for a couple of years, but I really wanted to work full time because, health insurance and fun things like that. And
Kind of those necessities.
I'm a type 1 diabetic too, so I am. It's a great time. I am intrinsically tied to the American healthcare industry. You want to talk about a horror show? Let's talk about that. That's not that type of podcast.
Right.
All right. So at any rate, I had a demo and I sent it all over the country, and this radio group out of Green Bay got my stuff, and they called, and Jeff McCarthy, the vice president of programming, called me up and he said, "Hey, I like your stuff. I don't have a spot for you in Green Bay, but we've got a station in Wausau, Wisconsin that I think you'd be a really good fit at." My wife and I packed all of our stuff into a Penske truck, drove up there, leaving everything behind in Cincinnati, and then we thought, hey, it's Wausau, Wisconsin. There are more cows than people here. We'll work here for a couple of years, build the resume, and then bounce to a bigger market. Well, nearly 18 years later, we were still there because all the money was getting better, the opportunities were getting better. I think whether it's radio or any career, my rule of thumb is this: if you're not learning or earning, then it's time to bounce. But I just kept learning and I just kept earning. And I will say this: the industry in which I work, it can be tough. Like job security. Can be kind of suck. If you're working for one of the Wall Street radio groups, especially. Thankfully, my employer is independently owned. We don't answer to Wall Street; we answer to our listeners. You know, and that's frankly
probably the way it should be.
My idealistic self thinks that's the way it should be. But it's been a great company. I still work for them. They own this group of stations.
Do they?
Yeah. So the opportunity in Lansing opened up, and as mentioned, I'm originally from Cincinnati. That's where my kids' grandparents are. It's 5 hours from here versus the 10 to 12 that Wausau was. And again, when it comes to learning or earning, there was more opportunities to learn and earn here. And so I bounced over here. One of my first acts as operations mangler and brand mangler was, you know what? Q106 needs a metal show.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so we're going to catch up on some of these real quick.
Yeah.
So Sherry says that they have some really good classic rock stations in Canada, so that's weird.
Nice.
It's a lot of Rush. A lot of Rush and Triumph on this Canadian classic
I just got a
rock.
Triumph album.
Nice.
My son got me a Triumph album.
That's the magic power, baby.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
So she's got a Q107.
Oh, right on.
Okay. And then Christy says you have a great voice.
Oh,
He does have a good radio.
It's the only one I have, so
And
thankfully it works.
You look like a fellow biker.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
not.
Christy's a biker.
Yep.
I am not coordinated enough, nor do I have the budget.
I crash on them all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so I won't get on one anymore.
Right. According to Mrs. Scary, I am not responsible enough.
Yeah.
To do that sort of thing.
Someone says, "Hi Terry, it's been a while since Rock 947 and Rock Fest."
Ooh,
Emmett Barnes.
pour one out for a homie. Emmett, what's up, my dude? I remember you, my man. And yes, Rockfest. For my friends who are looking to take a little road trip, Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin.
Nice.
Chef's kiss, man. That's
Awesome.
That's a very well run festival, man. They're a lot of good memories there. A lot of good memories in Wisconsin. Now, with that said, I enjoy my time in Michigan tremendously. Lansing is such a cool community.
It is pretty cool.
And it has.
We're here.
Right. And it has well, that's the thing. Like, Lansing has a lot of really cool. There's a good arts community here. I feel like you guys are definitely part of that arts community. I mean, again, friends, come to the Voodoo store here. Like, this is dope. Like, my friend Aaron, one of my wife's besties in Wisconsin. Aaron, if you're watching this, you need to come check out this store the next time you visit.
Road trip.
This place for real, dude. This is dope. But like, there's just good vibes in this city. There's good arts community here. When you got Rio Town, you got Old Town. You've
Downtown.
got downtown's. They're working on it.
It's getting there.
I'm very optimistic about Hall 224. I think that's going to be huge.
That should be pretty cool.
That's going to be a game changer for this market. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'll hijack your show if you let me. If you keep letting me talk. So
All right.
please,
Well, okay.
please.
Well, we'll just say Brian.
I'm going to take a drink of water and let you get a word in
you go.
edgewise. How's that sound? Oh, and room temperature water. Yes. Pro tip. People who talk for a living like room temperature water. It's easier on the vocal cords.
Yeah.
You know it then.
He
Yes.
used to always yell, "Why are you drinking it warm?" It's not. It's room temperature.
It keeps the vocal cords from shrinking and snapping like overly stressed rubber bands.
Right? Crackle, crackle.
All right, who else you got there?
Brian.
Okay, Brian.
Says Max Cavalera or Derek Green.
Max, I'm sorry, dude, and that's no disrespect for Derek. Derek's a phenomenal vocalist, but I am an admitted Max Cavalera stan. For me, like Sepultura, Just masterful songwriting. And again, that's not a diss to anyone else in Sepultura. They're all very accomplished musicians. Andreas Kisser, phenomenal guitarist. I got no beef with that. Obviously, Igor's work on drums speaks for itself. But man, Max Cavalera has just this ear for a hook. That man is a riff machine. And when you look at that classic era of Sepultura, and I would even extend that grace to Soulfly, Cavalera Conspiracy. Max Cavalera, dude, one of my all-time favorites. I've had the opportunity to interview him on a few occasions. And a hell of a great interview, too, man. Dude's an open book. He ain't afraid to say stuff. You know, it's great.
Well, speaking of that, then, who's been your outside of that guy? Who's been that almost? I don't want to use the word starstruck or anything, but that guy you got to interview that was like, holy shit, I get to interview or, you know, meet up with this guy in this particular band or
who did I mark out over the most?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Boy, it was.
Ooh.
Look, you all right?
What was that?
What happened?
I was about ready to fall off
Oh,
there.
damn.
I was trying to make sure that I'm seeing kind of.
It's the battle of Cindy versus Gravity. We're going to see who wins.
Oh,
All right.
that did gravity.
So, I mean, I got to tell you, dude, as a guy who grew up reading so much of this content, when I got the opportunity to interview Stan Lee, that was pretty dope.
Oh, that would be
That
cool.
was kind of cool. He's gone now. I'm glad I got to have that opportunity. He had a children's book that he was doing at the time, and I got to ask him. So when you interview somebody who's doing, I mean, obviously Stan Lee's got his Marvel comic stuff. There's certain rules. Not rules, I should say, but kind of like best practices, courtesies that you extend. When they've got a new project that isn't necessarily connected to their historical stuff, ask them about the new project first before you hit them up with questions about the Hulk.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, don't be that guy. Let them get their stuff in. You know what I mean? And once you do that, they'll talk about anything you want. And yeah, Stan was great. As a guy who, I wouldn't say I had the rosiest childhood, but a band that really helped me through it was Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, okay.
And I got to interview Mike Muir of Suicidal. And just, man, that was just a good conversation with a guy that, like, and obviously he's had that conversation with 8 trillion fans.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, Suicidal Tendencies, when you listen to songs like How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, You Can't Bring Me Down. I mean, these were anthems for a generation of busted up, disaffected kids. So I was going to say whether he knows it or not. Nah, he knows it. This guy was a straight up mentor to a lot of metalheads through his music. So getting to talk to him and just straight up thank him for being there with his music, man, that was pretty huge. And I got to say, getting to interview Dave Mustaine, that was kind of cool too. Yeah, that was. The only thing that was kind of a bummer about
he kind of comes across as a hothead.
He can be cantankerous.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was going.
He was polite to me. My only disappointment with the Dave Mustaine interview is I was hoping that his normal speaking voice was the Sweating Bullets voice, but it wasn't. Hey, Terry and Steve again. We're gonna here to talk about our new Megadeth record. But he just has a normal speaking voice. Yeah. But aside from that, it was a good interview. It was fun. You know, he talked about it. He talked about like his childhood and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So just being able to talk to artists whose work I respect and admire and consume, having the opportunity to do that.
That's got to be probably one of the best, if not the best part of the job, is those opportunities.
That part is pretty cool. The thing that I never forget, though, is that the reason I have those opportunities is because there are people on the other side of the speaker who listen to my nonsense and continue to tune in and who dig this program. I mean, like, Q106 is a collaborative effort. It's not just me and the crew behind the scenes. It's our listeners, too. I mean, we've got the Q World Order where people rate the songs we play. And it really helps us shape the playlist. And I tell people this all the time. So for folks who have listened to my nonsense before, you can make a drinking game out of this because I tend to say the same crap a lot. So get your shot glasses ready.
Get ready.
It's the scary effing Terry drinking game. The only reason I can do what I do is because y'all do what you do.
Right.
Without you listening, I'm just some asshole standing in a room
Right.
talking to myself.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I'm eternally grateful for that, and I never
We
forget
say
that.
the same thing, you
Yeah.
know, just like our viewers
Our
here.
viewers.
Yeah, we're-
Without them, we are nothing.
Yeah, we're just sitting here talking to ourselves, and you know, as we talked about pre-show, you know, where we started, you know, just her and I, you know, sitting there in our living room, you know, we had a cool set, you know, 'cause we had cool shit at our house too.
All right.
But you know, it was just pretty much her and I talking, you know, for the first few shows, and then we'd have like a few people pop in and out, and then it kept growing and growing, and you know, now we're, you know, it's getting better and better, and without them, yeah, we wouldn't be doing this. So we really appreciate our watch. I don't want to say listeners, but our watchers,
Well, they're kind of listening.
listening watchers.
There will be an audio-only version on Stitcher that you can just listen to, okay, or whatever the podcasting platform du jour is. We use Omni Studio for ours, so whatever. You know what? Stitcher and Omni aren't paying us. They're not sponsors, right?
No.
Screw them. Watch
Get
it on
outta
this
here.
thing. There you
Get
go.
outta here.
All hail
All right,
the
now
sun.
here's the big question. Here's the big question.
Oh my. Oh.
And if anybody out there has questions,
Pop them in.
Yeah, bring them on.
And if we miss them, keep asking. They'll pop up.
I'm a relatively open book.
That's right. So throw those questions out there. Okay, the big question of the day.
in human flesh.
DJ or radio personality?
Easy question. I am a radio personality.
Oh,
Let me tell you
okay.
something.
Okay.
Let me tell you what. Okay, DJs, and again, this is no disrespect to DJs.
Right.
DJ is a completely different skill set. A DJ is somebody who's got a turntable here and a turntable there, and they got this thing full of knobs and sliders that they. Actual DJs actually use that stuff.
Okay.
What passes for DJs in too many circles is dude's got a turntable here, turntable there, and a board, and a USB stick with a set that he just plugs in and hits play, and then pretends to do stuff with all the other crap. That's not DJing. That's just performative nonsense. But like, I got mad respect for DJs, but that's a totally different skill set, man.
so
Okay.
so what did Duran say?
Duran was DJ. But
Really?
but
Does he probably knows how to do all that stuff.
well, see,
he's
that's
from that
the thing.
generation.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I think. Well, yeah, he said he hasn't had to do that, but he just always preferred, and he even threw out jock. He even threw out, I'm a jock. You
Yeah,
know?
I guess.
So-
I mean, that sounds like a reference to genitalia.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been called a dick a few times, more
Thank
than a
you
few
for
times.
the stars, guys. For Prudy and
Jesus.
Jackal, I always say she puts it in there from Jackal and me.
Yes.
So
I have to
like,
make sure.
I feel like if I were the one just like 100% driving the music, I guess I can make an argument for DJ. But again, our listeners drive the music, dude. That's really what. Look, like the playlist on Q106 again is a collaborative effort. I have minimal input at best. My input on it is taking our listeners' desires and arranging them in a way to where we're not playing the same artist back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Making sure the software does it properly.
So so you said like 18 years ago before you moved over here.
Yeah.
How was it then, as far as like picking
The
what you
technology
played?
or-
Ooh, you know, I will say this. I will say that the music research modules have improved as far as their interactive capability. Like back in the day, the only way to really research your library was to do what's called an auditorium test, where you have to telemarket people and get them to agree to sit in a room with a whole bunch of other people. And they all listen to the same song clip at the same time, and they write down or they turn a knob or something, and that was the only way to do it for a while. But now we have this thing called the internet, where you don't have to gather everybody in a room and have them all catch each other's colds and flus and stuff.
Right.
And on top of that, I mean, you guys have phones, right? Like,
No.
when you see a number that you don't recognize, are you picking that up?
Oh, no.
No.
Hell no.
No.
When somebody calls me, I take it as a personal affront. Like,
Yes.
why are you calling? Text me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
That's literally my voicemail. My outgoing message from my voicemail says, "Hey, you've reached Terry. Send me a text. I'm more likely to respond."
I need to do that.
Oh,
I
me
need to
too.
freaking do it. You are
Me too.
brilliant.
Right?
You are
Look what you
brilliant.
just
I'm
did.
not-
You learned something new today.
Bro, I ain't that brilliant. Because my outgoing message used to be, "You've reached Terry. Leave me a message or leave me alone." My wife got that message a couple times and said, "Hey." So that I needed to make a slight
Yeah.
adjustment there.
No, I'm
Yeah.
changing
You're
mine.
welcome, Jack, on for
Yeah,
this.
so-
I am changing mine.
Right?
Oh.
Well, I just learned we got new phones.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
So,
Oh, yeah, this is cool.
and if Brian's still in here, he'll know what I'm talking about. But apparently now you have some type of thing in your phone that you can turn on, and when somebody calls you, you can slide it up, and you can make them say who they are and what they want.
That's
And
just
then
cold
if you
screening.
don't,
Okay.
yeah, and then if you don't want to talk to them, you can either pick a
I'll call you back.
a pre-selected thing, or you can actually type in it and we'll talk it to them.
I just usually just ignore it. Like,
Well, yeah, but you know,
That
I
is
was
funny.
like, are you kidding?
Who are
Like,
you and why are you calling me?
Yeah,
Right.
that you can do that.
That's
Wow.
hilarious.
The tech's amazing, yo. The tech's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, I mean, I guess as far as like the research goes, I mean, just the speed at which we can get that feedback and that feedback from the audience, it's increased. It's improved as far as the instantaneousness of it, for lack of a better word. And I mean, and the module we use is pretty decent. I think there are others out there that are maybe a little more robust, but they also cost a lot more money. So the one we have is doing fine.
So now I'm going to question that system, that new system,
Okay, which one?
because of whatever's choosing of what's being played. Because this band, I don't know why, I don't have like this deep thing of why I do not like this band.
Here comes the complaint department.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
This is my favorite part of meeting people who listen to the station. Hey, I love your station, but this is my okay. You're fine, dude. No worries.
William
What you
says
got?
he loves the beats all over.
Oh yeah, the Twisted Critter people, and there's a reason for that, William.
Yeah,
Why
you'll
there's peeps
know
all
in a
over.
little bit.
Yep.
But he's got one of these.
Tune in for the Easter special.
Green Day. What is up with Green Day?
It's funny though, because like,
Those are real buffalo teeth.
oh, are you serious? That's dope. I love it. All right, so let's talk about Billy Joe Armstrong and the Green Days.
Okay.
It's funny that you bring them up of all bands, because like.
They've been playing a lot lately. That's why. I didn't hear them forever on
That-
Q106.
Oh wait, now I remember why. So like we've been doing a thing where we're testing the older part of our library.
Okay, which I
And,
love.
like, and the old and dude, you gotta understand, like Q106. So I moved here in 2019, right?
Okay.
To take the reins of the station that has been around for 40 plus
Yes.
damn years,
Yes.
right? That's an intimidating prospect.
Yeah,
Because there's cats who've been listening to that station since 1983, right? And they have a version of that station that they love,
Yep.
right? So with decades and decades of music, I can't test it all at once.
Right.
Because it would be like a 12 trillion song test, and ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
So what I've been doing is I've been testing the older music in the library a decade at a time. So we recently did the 90s, and Green Day came back with some good numbers.
They
right?
were huge.
Now,
I gotta say, they were huge.
they don't occupy as much real estate as they used to, but after that 90s thing came
Right,
back, they did
yes.
occupy a bit more. Right now, we're asking our listeners in the Q World Order to rate songs that are pre-90s. So after that comes back, maybe we'll see, God's willing, friends, please upvote all of the Iron Maiden.
Oh my God,
all of it.
yes.
All of it. Even if you
Yes.
don't know it. If it sounds like Bruce Dickinson, just hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
That'd be great. Okay.
Like, not trying to.
Gotta
like,
have more iron.
Not trying to skew the results or anything. Yes.
No, I'm
Sin
with
is
you.
in the house.
Hey, Sin Mile. Sinister Smile. The sexy Sinister Smile.
Well, no, he says sin is here. Where? Look, I love that guy.
He's a bit nuts.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough. You know what? The crazy people are my favorite type, man. I'm all about it. I'm kind of there too. But short story long, yeah, Green Day's popular. That's why we play
Yeah,
it.
I figured.
Insert band here is popular. That's why we play them.
I'm probably the absolute minority of people
Well,
that
apparently
dislike
you
Green
need to
Day.
get on there and do the.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that
Baron.
Iron Maiden thing, man. I'm just gonna keep.
There you go. Baron, I wish we had more time to listen to you whine about everything and nothing all at once. We understand that you are one of those melodramatic fools.
Yes.
Neurotic to the bone.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Sometimes he gives himself the creeps. Sometimes bro, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Sometimes his mind plays tricks on him. It all keeps adding up, doesn't it? You think you're cracking up? You're not paranoid, you're just stoned. Can
See,
I?
there it is. See, you walk.
I'm bringing
into it.
Sewer on the show. I'm leaving.
No,
Bro, I mean,
you
like-
bring Sewer, I'm leaving, and then Terry's gonna.
You guys, so the Baron and Cindy, you guys just got a taste of the absolute nonsense that my poor wife and kids have to deal with. Having a damn radio personality
you gotta
in
just
their
have-
house.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's for one thing, it's like, dude, it's like Dad Joke Central. Plus, I know every song ever,
Yes.
right? So like. It's funny because, like, if my wife and I are doing, like, trivia or something and a music question comes up, I'll be like, oh, that's obviously that. She's like, oh, no, it can't be that. And I'm like,
Of course.
I'm like, okay, test me. And she's like, oh, it is. I'm like, oh, no, of course. The, and again, it is Dad Joke Central. Like, I was, you know the band Oasis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was walking around the house the other day singing Wonderwall, and my kids were like, oh my God, Dad, stop singing Wonderwall. And I said, maybe. All right, again. I swear I'll keep the dad jokes to a semi-minimum.
Yeah.
No problem.
Semi-minimum.
Semi-minimum. There you go. But yeah.
Okay, so
She's still having her issues.
yeah, I had to refresh again because I was seeing them pop up there. So I was like,
Ask me
apparently
more
I'm not getting
That's
them.
never happened before.
Listeners, ask me more questions about Sepultura. I'll talk about
So the
that.
guy that made the peeps
Okay.
Yes.
said saw Iron Maiden live. They were great.
Yeah.
Dude, Bruce Dickinson, I mean, that dude, he is not a young man.
No.
But he still runs around that stage and sings like he is in his 20s. Like, I don't know what Lazarus pit or that he bathes in or what fountain of youth he drinks from, but dude, bro, keep doing it. That guy
Yeah.
is still amazing to
Well,
this
that
day.
is smart as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Brilliant.
god, he's
Brilliant.
got like, what is he, like a physicist or a scientist or whatever the
He's
hell he is.
an airline pilot, too. He's a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dang.
Absolutely.
But, you know, speaking of peeps, we need to try, every now and then we find something at the store.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got my insulin pump was just.
Oh!
Let me see the carb count on
Yeah,
those.
okay, you look at we got
Hot
some peeps.
tamales, fierce cinnamon. Oh, these,
Those are probably
I
horrible.
hate everything's horrible for me. Like, dude, like my.
Because I was wondering what he was doing. I'm like, what do they got hooked
Is that a pager? That's my favorite.
Well,
So.
he's a very busy man.
Friends, I'm going to give you, yeah, look, if I were a doctor, I wouldn't be dressed like this. So this is my insulin pump, okay? So this keeps me from dying.
Yeah,
So-
we don't want
Which
to
is a
die
good
on the
thing. We
show.
don't need that.
I'm part robot, so let me see how many carbs are in these. All right, let me give the insulin a head
Okay.
start, and I'll give these a go.
So we'll
So I'm a type 1 diabetic, but I'm also omnivorous and will eat anything.
Now, see, you should have found that out before bringing the beans out.
well, that's what makes it exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See how much we can hurt
It ain't a podcast without risk of death. Okay?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let me get my insulin a head start, and we'll
Okay.
give these a go. We'll come back to these.
We'll come
Otherwise,
back
I'm
to
going to start choking to death on hot cinnamon marshmallows.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a good closer. It'll be.
There we go. That way, if we have to like cut off real quick, it'll be the end of the show.
You guys are like voodoo practitioners. You can like resurrect me or
Oh,
have
yeah.
some sort of necromancy.
I could-
or something.
I could do
It's
some-
fine. Not my first necromancy rodeo. Yes.
Well, you never
we'll have
know. We
something
might
to
not
do.
bring you back the same, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
that I
honestly,
can't promise.
that would be an improvement.
Oh,
Good
we
lord.
could have our own zombie.
No way.
That should be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, just say, look what we got. His wife might not like that.
No,
Well, then
you-
again, maybe his wife might.
Again, it would probably be an improvement. She could handle me being a little more stiff. Hey! You guys said this is an R-rated show.
Yes. Hard R.
It is right
This is-
there in the title. So
Now,
it is rated R.
we've had to make it a hard R.
Q106 listeners are like, oh my god, I'm glad he doesn't talk this much on the air.
Well, we didn't used to be like
Hi,
an
East
R-rated
Coast
show. We
R.
always kind of like that PG-13 to R, but we had a couple few guests that pushed us to the hard
Right.
R. William from Twisted Critters
Yep.
Yeah, that'll do it.
and Sin Mile.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Those two guys came on our show, and it was immediately, yeah, this has got to be a hard R show.
Yeah.
Well, we got to put it at least in the title, so
Yeah.
people coming in
Well,
know.
you literally have Terrifier standing behind it.
Exactly.
That
Right.
movie's not for the faint of heart.
Well, they can only,
Uh,
only see his chin.
oh my God. Have you guys watched Wolf Cop?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay. So, Cindy, have you watched
No,
Wolf Cop?
I don't think she has.
Cindy, you have to watch Wolf Cop. Because, and friends, if you haven't watched Wolf Cop, you need to watch Wolf Cop. Because it has, without a doubt, and Baron, you can either confirm or deny this, you'll be a lot cooler if you confirm.
Right.
The best transformation scene of any werewolf movie. The best!
Yeah.
Ignore anything else about the movie if you have to, but that transformation scene, I will put it over anything in the Wolfen series or American Werewolf in London or any of the other ones.
Yeah.
The transformation scene, nothing can prepare you, and I will not spoil it for you. Nothing can prepare you for the transformation scene in Wolf Cop.
Okay,
It
so
is.
now we're going to have to watch
It's
it.
not a bad movie. It really wasn't a bad movie.
Well, William says Wolf Cop is amazing.
Yes!
Okay, there you go.
William!
All
You're
right.
cool. All right.
Yeah.
That movie, again, Cindy, I look forward to hearing your review.
Yeah, she's gonna watch it. She's always yelling at me for putting stupid movies on, so that's the next one.
Oh,
we'll
no,
watch.
this is a cinematic tour de force.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, no, the stuff he watches is. We're not even going to go there because
They're kind of bad.
I literally fall asleep within the first 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, well, I guess the worst movie we've ever seen, but we watched the whole thing, was Bride of Frank.
Oh, that's.
Haven't caught that one.
Yeah,
You
that's
probably
a
won't be
disturbing
able to
one.
find it.
Okay.
This
all
was
right.
back when we had our magazine.
Yeah, so
And back in the 90s, so everybody with their VHS cameras were making movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, they would send us these movies to review for the magazines. We
Oh,
got
my
all
God.
these crazy ass
You had to have
movies
seen
sent
the
to us.
worst stuff.
Oh,
my God.
That's what
bad.
I'm saying.
But this one was like that. All the lines in the movie were like taken literally. So it's like, motherfucker, I'll beat your ass and shit down your, or rip your head off and shit down your neck, and
And
that
they
old
would
phrase.
do it?
They would do it. They would do it. So it was all very literal, horrible movie.
Somewhere, internet. Nothing is obscure on the internet. Bride of Frank.
Yeah, Bride of Frank.
Somebody drop a link in the comments once you find it.
Yeah.
That seems
One
like
of many.
that's.
Right.
One of many.
Also, for those in the younger generation who are watching this, magazines are things that we used to have that were made of paper. It was the internet that you could hold it.
Yes, you can hold it and turn the pages, and you know.
Depending on which magazines you had, some of the pages could get sticky.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There was some sticky page opportunities in our magazine,
Lovely.
I believe. I believe their opportunities were there.
What is it?
Still have that.
Oh, she's gonna blow.
I am going to blow a
She's gonna
gasket.
blow.
Have you
Like-
tried turning it off and turning it back on?
What the heck? I can't follow it.
And she won't be able to get it back up.
So we had working at a radio station, you have like a lot of electronic crap around at all
Yeah.
times, right? So like the storms today, like wreaked some havoc with the studio. We were having issues with some of the software that we use to record phone calls, right? So spoiler alert: if you hear a phone call on the air, it's not live because we can't trust y'all not to drop that bomb. So that's sorry, not sorry. Trying not to get fined.
Right.
So the software crashed, and I couldn't get it to work again. I rebooted the thing. I did it several times, and I'm like, all right, I gotta contact IT. So I send off the urgent help email, and my IT guy comes back and he says, well, did you try turning it off and turning it back on again? I'm like, dude, that is the first thing I do. I don't even bother calling you until I do that, because I know at least that much. But I don't know. But again, this poor guy.
You get told that so many times.
Yeah,
You get told
that's-
off,
that's
turn
the
it back. It's
go-to.
like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're in it, or your cable or your internet at home goes off, and you call the help desk or whatever, Did you try turning it on and turning it off and turn it on? No fucking shit.
Right, now I can see the comments. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Robert says hello. I still read magazines. I buy them at the store. Says
Yes!
Sherry the birthday clown.
Where are you getting all those?
On my phone.
What the heck?
I hacked
Why?
your system. I'm in the
Good.
matrix now.
Sorry, guys.
But
I am trying.
According to William Patrick O'Toole Miller, we need to watch Zombievers.
That one I see.
Seen it.
I got East Coast. I have Jen. Hello.
Green Day is now the 80s for millennials.
Where is those?
Barely-
Where are those? I am not. Those
Let's
comments
see.
are not here.
These comments
Well,
might.
let 'em
Well, here's the thing. There are people who are there. It's funny. The Book of the Faces is saying that some of these are that some may include sensitive content or spam. So that's weird.
But why am I not seeing it?
We don't know.
This is
do
what
not
I'm
know.
saying. Cause see, I got the Zombievers. Oh hi, Robert.
Ooh.
And there was another one. Hi, Cody.
So William Patrick O'Toole Miller,
He's the twisted guy.
WPOM. There we go. WPOM. Bro, you need to start a radio station and call it WPOM. The bomb. You could play cheerleading music. Yes, that is the way. So after I get bounced out of this gig, I'm going to be a radio consultant. That's what
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
do.
Perfect.
But like, according to him, he says Iron Maiden with Dream Theater. That's where he saw them. He said, "Oh, that's awesome." Well, I mean, so Dream Theater was the opening act.
He is
Shorter,
a bunch of freaking
so,
comments that I am not
so
seeing.
shorter set. It's Dream Theater. Dream Theater played like one song, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only one I know, but I love that song.
Right. Well, all their songs are like 20 minutes long. I love them dearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice and croggy. All right. That's all the comments that I can see.
Okay, she's gonna go onto my phone and that way she can actually read all
Well,
the
but then
comments.
did you see? Okay, so I didn't hear the last one you said.
WP.
Yeah, see, I don't have that at all. Then I have Sherry. If you really want to get younger generation going, give them a cassette player and a cassette tape.
Yeah.
You know, so you're seeing things I'm not seeing.
Well, that's to be fair. I'm usually seeing things that people aren't seeing. I mean, it's like
So you're just
you know,
randomly
I
like
mean,
talking to people.
I'm
that aren't there.
hallucinating every single comment.
All right, we got
Like-
this then.
Like that's the other fun thing about being a type 1 diabetic is like when your blood sugars go low, which is the opposite case here. But when your blood goes low, like I become untethered from reality a bit,
Oh, boy.
which is fun, dude. Like there are parts of it that are like, you know, you tap into the ether a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it's not that fun. It's actually quite dangerous, but it gets there.
that.
But see that? That's not there, and there we go.
See, I've noticed
Baron-
that before in other shows.
So the Baron is an 8-track kind of guy. Jen, don't you love technology? Well, that one popped up there.
There you go.
So
It'll get there eventually.
Yeah, it'll get there.
Sorry, guys. Now I've got 2 things.
So we'll try to get those comments. So
Again, if we don't answer,
we talked a
Type it
little
again.
bit before the show started. You are a fan of Hans.
I do,
Haunted
yes, I
houses.
do enjoy haunts, man. They're a good time. I'm a terrible customer of them because I see that stuff. We're just talking about hallucinations. I see that stuff all the time. I do, man.
Nothing new.
I'm tough to scare.
Right.
I am. I just am. And
You are too.
there are but occasionally I can get got, you know.
Right.
And so,
Yeah, that's
but
what it is.
the thing I look for, I love a haunt that's got good production values, like. Jump scares are easy. You can do jump scares like when I leave the Rio Town Marketplace where you can find the voodoo shop here. When I leave that, if somebody jumps around the corner, I'm gonna get scared.
Right,
Okay,
you get started.
They, I don't know. They might be after the $2 I might have on me. Right? Spoiler alert: I'm not fun to rob either. 'cause
No,
I
wait.
don't have shit. So
Every time you say spoiler alert, you're bringing me to the radio.
it's the drinking game. Where's the alcohol?
Can you say it? No dolphins hurt. Spoiler alert, no dolphins were hurt.
wait, spoiler alert: there are no dolphins.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes.
Most
The
people
pet of
are
the
not
week.
going to know unless you're from the Lansing market,
Yes,
but that's
yes.
hilarious.
Dude, okay, so true story, that promo, I'm going to tell you about that promo.
Okay.
We'll get back to haunts in a second.
Right.
I got to tell you about this promo. So we've got a production service that has music and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going through it looking for a bed to use for, some promo we're giving away concert tickets, right? And I'm listening for music beds to run under this thing. and I hit play on this bed, and it's just dolphins chirping the whole time. I'm like, I don't know why this is here, but I'm going to find a reason to use it.
Yes.
And then we started doing this pet of the week thing. I put together a new promo for it. I'm like, I'm using the dolphins.
Yes.
Yes. But
Dolphins.
getting
The little
back-
kids.
Dolphins. getting back to haunts.
Yes.
I like good production value, and what I'm looking for in a haunt, like, okay, again, jump scares, easy mode, right? But what I want is something unsettling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I look for in like horror movies, like horror media. Again, jump scares, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm watching something and it is straight up unsettling, if I'm like, if I'm getting the creeps or whatever, like that's chef's kiss right there, man. Like,
Well, the one I do have to say, Sickened, that did it.
Oh.
Even though it was a jump scare, I don't know how he did it because you could hear him from outside. You could hear him.
We
as
knew
you
he
were
was
running.
coming.
We knew he was.
We knew where
there.
he was.
Right,
And I seen him.
He's a friend of ours.
He's
Still got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In Awaken, you guys know the Awaken.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Very
I got the lanyard to prove it.
Yes.
More shameless frogs. What's up there?
No.
All right,
right
there it
there.
is. I know it. We're festooned in Awaken.
Yeah.
So we need to use the word festoon more in casual
Yes, I think
conversation.
so.
So the swamp gas room. You know what I'm talking
No.
about? That one's the right mix of unsettling,
Yep.
and then some son of a bitch just pops out of the mist and gets you. That's another one. That's a really good mix of those two.
So you had your dose of sewer.
Yes.
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 Now Brian said for sewer, we're gonna tweak sewer's room this year.
Oh, sick.
We're
Okay.
gonna tweak it up. I think Brian said he had some ideas. I don't know what they are yet. Of course, sewer, he's gonna have to be the one that like drools all over and says, "Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's great." Because
Sewer's a team player.
sewer
Yes.
is a freaking
Sewer
mess.
is just.
When he's on the show, if you ever, at some point, whatever,
Brian says yes.
yes.
Sick. I'm about it.
He makes, we had him on the show here when I was gone somewhere doing whatever, but Sewer was on the show. This whole floor was covered in candy he spits out,
And I
pop
did
he
not
spits
clean it up.
out, all over the computer, all over her, all
Yeah, it
over
was-
the other guest.
Yeah, it was
He
not.
is a mess.
And William was the one that was here.
I love it.
Oh, that's right, it was William. Yeah.
He had to deal
Yep.
with it.
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. It was a mess.
Well, like any monster that's spitting candy, again, type 1 diabetic, I'm running way the hell away from that.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start putting up like clear sheets in between the guest and Cindy.
It was
and-
going to one of those,
Yeah,
people
back
that
to COVID
throws
days, yeah.
stuff in.
Right. That's funny. You were talking about Green Day earlier. I've always had a beef with Def Leppard because that damn Portion of Sugar on Me song sounds like an assassination attempt.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Also, can we talk about I'm hot, sticky soup from my head down to my feet? Sir, you need a shower. Okay, we're just
Yeah.
See, his money's not in the guy.
Nah, exactly. Yeah, so haunts are awesome. That's a good part of what we do besides doing this show is during the Halloween season we go out and we review and write articles on all the
And William says
Michigan
his
haunts.
shoes are sticky from sewer spew.
Yeah.
Still, you didn't watch them?
But so yeah, we enjoy them. I kind of ignore the actors when I go through because I like seeing the architecture.
Oh, yeah,
I like
yeah.
seeing what they built,
You just
how
told
they
him
did
to
it.
ignore you.
Huh?
You telling him to ignore characters.
No, I said I ignored unless something they're doing really stands out.
Right.
But I just love looking at what they did. I just love seeing the
Brian says
stuff.
dark ideas.
Yes.
All right.
Dark
There
ideas.
is two different.
Yeah.
like.
I got two different comments.
I tell you, the other thing I like about the other thing I love about Awaken, the doctor at the very
Oh,
beginning.
yes.
Dude, his whole shtick. Like this guy,
He is hilarious.
I don't know that cat. The only
He
time
was
I ever,
on our show.
well, okay, the only time I ever meet him is like when I'm going through his haunted house. But like
Oh,
this
my
dude,
God.
I don't know if he does I don't know what his main hustle is, if he does stand up or what. But this dude's sharp, man. real sharp. I forget, he was busting my balls about being a Sasquatch or something. I mean, it was great.
Yeah,
It was
actually
great.
does tattoos.
He's a tattoo artist.
Really?
And
He's
a damn good one.
Well, if you're getting ink done, I hope he doesn't make people laugh when he's getting ink done. Somebody's going to chuckle and all of a sudden, well,
He is funny.
Do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not come out once he's in that character, which is a professional actor.
Right.
He does not come out of that.
Yeah,
which
dude.
is like 100% the way it's done, and he is true to that, and he's freaking hilarious.
Right,
He is
right.
hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there's great haunts in this area there,
Yeah.
man. I've enjoyed the ones that we've attended. I mean, again, I moved here in 2019, so I haven't been to a ton of them because
Right.
I moved here in 2019 and then the world shut down
Yeah,
less than a
exactly.
year later. So
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm still discovering
Oh, yeah.
a lot about this community in this area,
Yeah.
and that includes the haunts, which even have an even shorter window because it's like September, October. That's it.
Yep, boom.
Right.
Yep.
You know, we should do haunts, more haunts in January. What if there were a haunt that was only open in January? Finally, a haunt for. Do you guys watch BoJack Horseman? Oh, you haven't. All right.
No.
They're not getting that bit. For my friends who watch BoJack Horseman, you know where I'm going with that. Finally, a Halloween store for the rest of us. You guys,
So again, I don't got time for all that.
All right, fine. Understandable. All good.
Now over to
I'm
Wake.
losing.
My oldest kid would be disappointed if I didn't sneak in one BoJack reference. So anyway,
Apparently, yeah. Well, now I'm gonna have to look that up.
and BoJack is scary for totally different reasons.
All right,
Okay,
so
we're
where did
gonna
I
look that
miss?
up.
Brian said, let's do it.
Oh,
A
so he
BoJack
obviously
Horseman
knows
haunt.
about
Perfect.
BoJack.
He's all about it.
Okay.
Now see, Brian and Awaken, we do the
I always feel left out. 'cause I'm
the
trying to
Christmas.
Yes,
the Christmas one.
absolutely.
We do the Valentine's one.
Oh.
So
William Patrick O'Toole, BoJack sucks. I'm sorry, bro. It's not Family Guy. Okay? Fine.
Now see, now I didn't get that one either.
Sherry the birthday clown says she loves Pour Some Sugar on Me. She listens to Hysteria on cassette all the time. Mandy, Metal Mandy, check it in. Talk about some
Metal
BoJack
Mandy.
Horseman. Metal Mandy's one of her personalities on
awesome.
Q106. Yeah, she does Saturday mornings.
that's why I don't see it.
Yeah, I know.
Who's up Saturday?
Well,
morning?
she's one of our newer
Okay.
folks. So much like when I was working weekend overnights, we put her on where she can. Mandy, do not say. Oh wait, your camera's over here. Mandy, don't curse. I know. We got you on an earlier day part. You're still not okay to curse there. No, so we're training her. So
Okay.
yeah, but she's.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna get up early on Saturday, which
There you
I
go.
don't do because I don't go to bed till like 3-4 o'clock.
She's on until 10 a.m., bro. You got time?
Oh, 10 a.m. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna listen to your show. Okay, just the name Metal Mandy just sounds. awesome.
She's one of the very few people that I trust to guest host Scary Terry's Saturday Night.
Oh.
That show is my baby. Dude.
Yeah.
I can't have. There are very few people that have had guest host that thing for me over the years because again, it's like that's the only reason I show up the rest of the week.
That's sewer.
Well, she's just laughing when you
I can't have a guy who's gonna puke candy all over the board.
That
My
would be
engineer-
hilarious.
No, my engineer. But if I let a sewer creature into the studio
Yeah.
to barf candy all over the board,
Yeah.
not only will my engineer dispatch me, he will not. No one will find out where I'm buried. He will just
Yeah.
simply. I will be smited from existence.
He would
yo.
be an engineer's worst nightmare.
Yeah, nah. I'm sorry, sewer. You seem lovely.
Mandy says, "Oh crap, I have to be funny."
You better be.
Right?
She's fine. She'll do fine. She'll do fine.
Well, now we're gonna have to listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Saturday morning. Listen all the time. Never stop listening.
Right
Who's
now,
there
see what
to
see what people.
The
So
millions.
see the ones you're seeing are up there.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not seeing them down here. We need an engineer. If there's a
Right.
production engineer out there
In Lansing.
that wants to work for free
Yeah.
and want to be part of the Baron and Cindy
No,
Night show,
not free. They will pay you in hot sauce.
yes,
and heaps.
there are other.
Yes.
I shouldn't say free because there are other perks working
Yes.
with us.
Yes.
I can't say on
Maybe
on
me.
live here, but there are other perks. But we need a freaking production engineer, producer type engineer, whatever.
We had our son and he quit.
Yeah. Well, he didn't quit. He's got other things to do. Mom and dad are
He's
bored.
19 when he
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got one of those too. So
Andy's a
they're
gamer.
delightful.
See?
Oh, gosh.
So his gaming comes before the
Anything.
Baron and Cindy Night show. Our kids don't even watch our show.
Oh, Bill, dude, my kids don't listen to me at home. What the hell makes you think they listen to me on the air?
Yeah, it's like, what
Oh
is
my
They'd
God.
be the first
So-
ones to say that we're their parents.
So we're gonna have some, okay, strong boomer energy is coming, okay? So, your gamer kit.
Yes.
Do they do the Minecraft?
Yes.
Okay, can we talk about how our offspring, if you give them an hour in Minecraft, they can build a fully functioning city
Yeah.
with an economy,
Yes.
a roller coaster, thriving agriculture, maritime trade, etc., terraformed terraces and everything. But if you give them an hour in the kitchen with the broom, you get
Oh,
a half,
my God.
you get a half-swept floor and
Yes.
whining.
Yes.
What is that?
dried food still on the silverware? Yeah, it's like, what is
I'm just saying, a
Yes.
little effort.
Yeah, just a little effort.
All of
They-
that.
they-
All right,
yeah.
boomer energy over. Let's talk about more horror movie stuff. Yeah, or haunted stuff. I'm telling you.
Well, you let us know when you're ready for these peeps, because
Oh,
we're
yeah,
at
yeah.
our hour right now.
My insulin pump is screeching at me, so I think it's now or never with this. I'm just going to eat one of them.
I would say, don't eat them if you don't
No.
eat
I'll be fine. I'll do some crunches or some sit-ups. Or
Okay,
something.
so we got some
Cardio, God help me.
hot tamale peeps that we found at the store the other day, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna bring these and
I can't
test them out on Scary
I can't
Terry.
wait to feel these tomorrow morning
Oh.
during my constitutional. These are going to be.
Well, we got lots of water if you have to like douse it with water.
So do you like spicy?
I love spicy
Okay.
actually. I was just at the there's a Mexican joint. Span and I grabbed lunch at the Mexican joint next to the station yesterday, and they have like that little road that little what word am I looking for?
Oh, like a truck or something?
A little carrier full of hot sauces, and I tried every single damn one of them on my fish tacos, and they were delightful. So I love spicy. I hate marshmallows. All right, here we go. Down the hatch.
Here we go.
Okay. Like,
You have that upright?
No.
Oh, I don't know. You got a mash
okay, flavor-wise, I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
I taste the hot tamale. It's
That's
not
pretty.
hot.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
yeah.
that's pretty tame. This is like
Yeah, this ain't bad.
these are like this is like big
We're
red
better
gum.
than regular.
Yeah.
It's like big red gum with a little kick.
Yeah.
Actually, I like those.
No, it's not bad.
I would. I mean, I will never
Emma
eat
says
one
good luck,
again.
Terry.
It's not the worst. It's the least worst thing I've had.
Well, that's a good one.
These people invite me on and feed me peeps, and I'm being rude. I'm sorry. Okay. No,
But we
that's
don't
fine.
expect otherwise.
Oh, thank you,
people.
Oh my God. No, again, it's the consistency of peeps that I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and this is where I think I bring us back on theme, right? So after I drink this water and wash that out of my
that
mouth.
down.
Okay, well, Sherry says the Spice Girl did say spice up your life so hot sauce does it.
There you go.
Jen likes spice, loves spicy things, so do I. And she said she would have loved to be our production person, but she's too far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Case with everybody.
we'll have to remote in. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 9 years old, right? So like holidays for me were a little bit different. Like
Yeah.
Easter, basket full of candy, nope.
Or
Like-
Halloween, or
And Halloween, like people are like, oh, you're Scary Terry. Halloween must be your thing. It wasn't until adulthood that I got on board with Halloween. I've always loved metal, obviously, but like
Right.
Halloween was like, I was the only kid excited to get a toothbrush or pennies or a pencil. I'm like, finally, something I can use. You know, dressed up like He-Man and all that, walking around the neighborhood going, I hope this house has pennies. That's gonna be, raisins,
where's
hooray!
that come
You
from?
know?
Yeah. This place is haunted.
My wife will definitely have to come here. So true story. I know you guys are running long on time here, but I'm camping out.
We
for a
just
minute.
we
So-
just go until everybody just leaves us. Okay?
Gotcha. So my wife is actually the author, one of the authors of Haunted Wausau, the ghostly history of Big Bull Falls. Yeah, she was a. When we lived in Wausau, she was a member of a paranormal investigation group. So like she would do all the things the ghost hunters do with the IR cameras and the EMF detectors. The EMF detector is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That
there you go.
90s joke, guys. I'm sorry. So
I caught that one.
yeah, thank you. Don't just,
I caught it
I'm
as
sorry.
well.
Just because you caught it doesn't mean you have to pass it along to
Right,
everybody
right.
else, right? So she would do all of those investigations
Yeah.
and stuff, and I betwixt the two of us, I am the skeptic. I believe in nothing. So like she, but I will say this: when she would come home from her investigations and she would, plug the USB into her thing and start listening to the audio
Right.
and stuff, and she would say, baby, come here and listen to this. And I'd put on the headphones and I'd be listening to silence and then get out. I became slightly less skeptical
Yeah.
when I heard that. So, I don't know, man. It's like, I believe, look, everything's possible. Nothing's impossible, but some things are more probable than others,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
perhaps the poltergeists and spirits from beyond.
Well, we did have a ghost investigation team come in here last weekend.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's the second time they've been here. And we've got some spirited dolls inside our shop.
really?
That one of them in particular has gotten quite a bit of media attention, and everybody loves Sarabina.
Okay.
But they're getting we're all getting serious hits on these dolls and
Really?
experiences, and so her and I working late at night here by ourselves all the time. We're hearing voices all the time. She just heard something over here that I heard. There's just weird sounds
Right.
and voices and things that
You guys
happen in
tested
here.
for gas leaks, right?
Yeah.
That's always the first thing,
Right.
Gas leaks and exposed wiring. That'll mess with the human brain real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Like it's like a lot
Well,
of
we're
these-
hearing it at the same time because we'll literally be like,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at each
okay.
other. Did you just hear that?
We have corroboration. Now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It was always a
Crazy.
trip.
Okay, so. Okay, that's your speaker.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh.
why am I hearing again voices?
It was always a trip though. Like when we lived in central Wisconsin, when you're a couple, you meet other people and stuff, and you go through the. Also, what do you guys do? Well, I'm a DJ and my wife's a paranormal investigator. No, what do you really do?
Right,
yeah.
So it was always a weird icebreaker there, man. But yeah.
Robert has a Ouija board. Have you ever tried a Ouija board?
I have, but I mean, it was like Parker Brothers Ouija board.
We got an old one in there, real old one.
Yeah, again, guys, the Voodoo Shop here. You need to see all the things and buy all the things. Keep them in business.
That's right.
Support your local occult accoutrement store.
Absolutely.
How is it that occult accoutrement has not been? I feel like that should be a brand.
Yeah.
That should be a thing.
You should have put that instead of parlor of unusual curiosities.
Well, you already got all the branding here.
Yeah.
The satellite location, you call
There
it
you go.
occult accoutrement.
There you go. There you go.
And the Charlotte store. There you go. Charlotte
Right.
needs more occult activity.
That they do. That they do.
Oh, I have just completely hijacked your show, guys. Sorry, you're driving here.
No, you're good. You're good.
This
Less
is,
work
this
we
is
have
what
to
we
do.
do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I do want to throw in here before we leave some of our upcoming shows.
Ooh.
April 20th, Lolly Tops is coming here. Lolly Tops.
I don't want to make assumptions, but I feel like Lollytops, if I were to be an entertainer of the adult persuasion, I think Lollytops would probably be a name I would consider.
Exactly.
I don't quite have the accoutrements to be a Lollytops, but I feel like if I did, I would Lollytops. So tell us more about Lollytops.
Lolly Tops, she's got a show that she's producing called Clowns Big Tops Circus. So it falls right in with our realm of our whole circus carnival thing that we got going all the time. But she is super sweet.
Okay.
She's a great entertainer. She dances really well. I just saw when she was practicing, did a video today, and I saw it. She dances really well. And yes, and her co-partner that will be here, Pervy the Clown.
Well, now that we're wait for it.
Wait for it.
So now that we're abreast of the situation,
Oh! See, that's why I need this.
Or the sound of
this
These
here.
are all the things I can't say with the FCC looming over me. So that's for. Oh wow.
So
You
April
set me up for
20th,
that one.
Lolly Tops will be in the house. We're excited to have her here. April 26th, the following week, we're going to be going back-to-back weeks quite a bit here in the next few weeks. The guys from Spencer Events, they do the Halfway to Halloween events. This one's coming up, I think it's May
May
6th.
Oh,
Yep.
sick.
Yeah, we got a card here somewhere, but May 6th down in Saline. It's like the Saline,
Oh,
Ann
right.
Arbor area. Halfway to Halloween. It's a great show, great vendors.
I don't know why I do this because it's always backwards on the camera.
Yeah, I know that backwards thing always drives me nuts. Yeah, you can take one of those.
There we go.
Ooh, freebie.
Zoom in real tight and scan this QR code.
There you go. But they're also having this year a Hearst car show.
Oh, dude,
That's part of it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
so-
We're gonna see
Happy
Dracula's
New Year,
aplenty.
Robert.
So that'll be April 26th and May 3rd. One of our people that does some of the art in our shop, Heath, she'll be here. She's like incredible makeup. We've never seen her without her
Her
makeup
makeup.
that she wears.
Okay.
It's off the charts, awesome. So she'll be here on May 3rd talking about being involved with the store now and her artwork and her beautiful face paint and what she
She's a
does with
sweetheart.
that. Yeah,
Sick.
she is
Love it.
super sweet. But also, I want to thank Awaken Haunted Attraction. These guys are awesome. They help us out so much with our facades for the museum, for the shop. So we do lots of stuff.
In the
with them.
thriving metropolis of Leslie. Note how I
Yes.
enunciate it that way, and I say Leslie because I called it Leslie a couple of times. I was sternly reprimanded by a resident of Leslie. You know, it's not pronounced Leslie, it's Leslie, you
Right,
Philistine. And now
Yes.
I've pronounced it Leslie ever since, and Leslie hasn't kicked me out yet, even
Right.
though I've spent enough time at Boss Cider to where I should
Oh yes, we love Boss Cider. We were just there last weekend.
Oh my god, that habanero cider.
Oh,
Sign me up, baby.
so
Let's
good.
go. Habanero cider with some hot tamale peeps.
Oh, yes.
That's good eating, fam.
Well, he
Yep.
finally made my favorite drink a norm, and that is the Bloody Mary.
The blood. Have you had
Is
the
that,
Bloody
the, is
Mary?
that got the pickle cider
Yes.
in it? I
Well,
haven't
now
done that yet.
they made it different, so it now has oh, Brian, you would know this. He said you guys rock. What's in that? I call it mine. It's
Yes.
Bloody Mary at Boss Cider.
It should be the Bloody
It's one of the
Cindy.
spicy ones too.
Okay, well, it should be the Bloody Cindy.
Yeah,
okay,
the Bloody
let's
Cindy.
change that sucker up.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jim,
Oh,
we got a
that
new
kinda
name
Let's
for
sounds
it.
go.
wrong, though.
Who's the boss now there?
Yeah.
Right.
Jim, you need to change the name.
Robert says he's been practicing voodoo for over 10 years,
Oh, wonderful.
but still needs a mentor.
They're hard to find. Where up here, it took me. I could never find one here, so I
Pickle habanero.
had to go to New Orleans to get my my education, and still work with them down there. But also, Chaotic Creations, and you don't know why I'm giving a shout out to Chaotic Creations. My
Yeah, I
friends
do.
down
I've
there.
seen your
Oh, did you?
emails. I pay attention.
They're hooking sewer up with some stuff that sewer needs. So Chaotic
Always-
Creations.
always
Clearly, he needs some sort of digestive aid because I mean,
Yeah.
you got poor bastard spewing candy everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can, we're not even going there.
Well, he says he likes the idea of candy. He likes candy. So he like will try anything, but if he doesn't like it, because he lives down in a freaking sewer,
He
he
spits it out.
spits it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So you can't break him of that habit. She's teaching him. You know, at least he can communicate now. Before he couldn't even communicate with him.
No,
Just flat out.
you're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
then he wonders why, he's got to quit leaving sewer with me all the time.
yeah,
It's like another child.
becomes a problem.
There's
He's a big enough one as it is. So, yeah.
In the coming weeks, Sewer will be back in the competition, round 3 for the Scurry Face Scare Actor Spectacular, big time haunt actor competition. He's made it to the 3rd round, so his name will be drawn in the next 2 or 3 weeks, sometime in there. So we'll be bugging y'all for votes again, blowing
he
up the
also
Facebook.
represents Awaken.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, we're talking
Hey,
about him.
props to Sewer. When Sewer first reached out to me, I'm like, oh, it's a band asking me to play their stuff. No, it's a haunt guy. Okay, cool. That's great. That's great. I love it. I love it.
who are you and why are you on my live feed?
I mean, dude, I get a terabyte of music sent to me
I
every
can
single week.
imagine.
So, you know, and don't get me wrong, I love music. I love listening to music, but it was nice to get something that was from a character who's apparently going to barf candy on me. So.
Exactly. So you got that to look forward to.
Which is
Absolutely.
nice.
So before we leave, what else is coming up
Hi,
with
little bit.
Scary Terry?
Pluggables. Let's get into my pluggables. All right.
Pluggables.
All right, so here's the deal, fam. Michigan's
I
Rock
give you
Station.
5 minutes.
Oh my God, that's so way more than I deserve. Okay, so Q106, we're doing a Sonic Temple giveaway. If you would like to see all of your favorite bands, we got Tool, Foo Fighters, Godsmack. 8 trillion bands are going to be in Columbus, Ohio, of all places. But here's the deal: we're hooking people up with tickets, hotel, some spending money. We're playing a game called We're doing a contest called Sonic the Temple Hog.
Yes, I've been hearing
So we have a blue spiky rodent that's on enough. This blue spiky rodent knows exactly how much Sudafed you're legally allowed to buy at once. Okay, he's definitely on recreational pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
So this blue rodent who's on something, he has sped up a bunch of songs in our playlist. So if you can identify the songs, you can win the tickets. After that, friends, you're hearing about this first on the Baroness Indy show. Once Sonic the Temple Hog wraps up, we're bringing it back. Battle Axes. We have guitars autographed, and now I'm just spoiling that Battle Axes is coming back.
That was cool.
This year's batch of guitars, I know I say it every year, but this is the coolest batch of guitars we've ever got. And we gave away a Slash guitar last year, man. So
that was such a cool show.
Dude, we're playing Battleship on the radio. It's good, dumb fun. We enjoy it. The listeners seem to dig it. Every year when we do our year-end countdown, we ask, what was your favorite contest of Q106? Battle Axes is always number one. People love it because it's fun. So that is coming back. Aside from that, oh God, please listen to Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. I'm shallow, needy, and crave external validation.
So-
Please listen.
Again, I know with the internet and stuff,
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure how people on here, a lot of our viewers are from out of state. So can they listen to you?
I got you, fam. All right, here's the deal. Q106fm.com. You can stream it there. But who does that? We have apps now. Yes, we have an app. Download the Q106 app. It's available for Android and Apple devices. If you text ROCKAPP, ROCKAPP, to 80373, I will ship links right to your phone. We have a smart speaker skill for your Alexa. So all you do is just enable the Q106 skill and then say, Alexa, play Q106, and then boom, we're all over that. If you stand close enough to our tower, you can hear us in your fillings. So yeah, we everywhere, man. I mean, like.
All right. So what I would do too when you get a sec is in the comments before we end is put that in.
All the pluggables.
And again, that's why we need a freaking engineer. We can be putting this stuff in there.
But yeah, you can stream us on all of the things. And again, Saturday night, 7 to midnight, Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. We give away, if you're like, hey, I get hit up for Scary Terry merch a lot. Mm-hmm. And I do want to address one thing before we wrap this up. I did mention that Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare started back in 2010 or something like that. That is nearly a decade before Rick and Morty was even a twinkle in the eye of their creators. I'll just have you know, the OG Scary F&T right in here. Okay?
Right
and plus, I haven't sexually harassed anyone.
I knew that was coming.
The real Scary F&Terry's right here, and I'm not problematic like that other one.
Yeah.
Funny show.
It is.
Creepy motherfucker doing the thing.
Pickle Rick!
Yeah. I'm just saying, bro. Like, at any rate, so yeah. True story. Somewhere in a landfill, there's a Nintendo 64 cartridge. Nintendo 64 cartridge of WWF No Mercy. And in the memory chip of that cartridge is a wrestler who looks kind of like me, but in way better shape, called Scary F&Terry. I'm just saying that my Xbox Live handle is Scary F&Terry, and my Xbox Live handle is from like the 360, which again is decades older than Rick and fucking Morty. All right, so anyway.
The OG.
Get it on there.
The OG.
That's great.
Well, no, what we'll do is we'll post it on our page.
Okay, we'll
those
do
links to the.
There you go. Yeah.
That way.
The app, the site, the smart speaker skill. If you play Pokemon Go, I'm generally catching pocket monsters around Lansing. If you play Magic Arena, my user code is posted on the Scary Terry Saturday Night Near Facebook page. I love gaming with listeners. I love catching Pokemon with listeners. Because again, without the people who listen to my dumb show, I'm just some jackass standing in a room talking to myself. Well, I mean, I'm something. I'm just very depressed. It's just very sad. Why won't anyone listen to me? Yeah. So yeah, dude, it's fun, dude. I love meeting the people who listen to my show, and I love hanging out and doing stuff like this. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
It's the Baron and Cindy, guys. Woo! You guys also need a studio audience.
I know.
Yes,
I've been talking about doing that.
Laugh track and
I'm
stuff.
gonna actually do a show. We're gonna do a show where I'm gonna invite a studio guests and have them
Right.
sitting out there.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of doing that. Like last week, I was talking. So we're gonna do that. But thanks everybody for coming out. We really appreciate everybody coming. Hopefully, we're able to get to most of the comments today.
Try.
If not, we'll do better next time.
Well, if my stuff will work.
Yeah.
There you go.
So tune in on the 20th. That's our next show with Lollytops and Pervy the Clown. That's going to be a fun
So
show.
we don't have anything. For
Not
that?
before that. Nope.
Oh.
We're good. So we'll see everybody in a couple weeks.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening. Love
Yeah.
y'all. Be
I
well.
guess I'm going to go up and turn the thing
Right.
off.
Well, I have to say my spiel. See, look at
Oh, yeah.
cut me off.
Go ahead and do your
How
spiel.
dare you, man? How dare you, Aaron?
Rude.
Rude.
Okay. And as always, creep it real.
I
There it is.
Real. That's good. That should be on